All right, we is in war mode. Trump is about to put it on Iran. The ships are heading that way right now. What's the United States' latest move?
The Trump administration unveiled a national legislative framework for artificial intelligence today, aimed at fostering innovation and establishing federal leadership in the AI sector. Additionally, the administration issued an executive order to ensure that major college football games do not conflict with the Army Navy game, while the Federal Reserve is.
Well, I was actually talking about their latest move with the warships headed towards the Straits of Hormuz.
You're right to bring that up. President Trump has said the U.S. might start escorting tankers through the Strait of Hormuz to keep the energy flowing. And he's also asking other countries to send warships. This is all happening amidst a lot of tension in the region because of the ongoing war with Iran. Was there anything specific you were wondering about regarding that?
Nah, I heard Iran was put.
Right. Iran has been de facto blocking the strait, which has really disrupted global trade and energy prices, like that mentioned from the Insurance Journal. It sounds like things are pretty volatile there. Are you following the situation closely or just
Yeah,
curious about this
just
particular move?
we following. But I heard Iran has started to lay ocean mines in the ocean. How would the U.S. navigate around that? Do we have like ocean drones to detect those mines, or to go out before the ships to seek?
That's a great question. The Navy does have ways to deal with mines, including specialized ships, helicopters, and those ocean drones you mentioned, called unmanned underwater vehicles. They use sonar to scout ahead and find the mines so they can be safely cleared or avoided. It's definitely a
So,
dangerous
how many have
situation,
they found
but they
so
do have
far?
countermeasures.
How many have they encountered so far, or have they encountered any in a while?
Well, reports indicate there have been several encounters lately. Just earlier this month, U.S. forces destroyed multiple Iranian naval vessels that were actively laying mines in the strait. There have also been other attacks on commercial ships using the waterway, so it's definitely been a present threat recently.
So,
Is
who have decided to join forces to help us with the Straits of Hormuz? Was it Japan?
You're right to be curious about that. Japan, along with the UK, France, Germany, Italy, and a couple of others, have expressed their support for a potential coalition to
Are
keep
you
the
sure
strait.
about the UK? I think Trump said something about the UK and his willingness to help.
That's a fair point to bring up. While the UK did express readiness to contribute to safety efforts, there was that time President Trump publicly criticized them for not sending minesweepers. So there's been some tension around their specific level of commitment, even with their general support. Does that clarify things a bit more?
Yeah, that does clarify things. Man, well, let's put it into perspective. So, what should we expect when we get over to the Straits of Hormuz?
Well, based on what's been happening, you could expect heightened security presence from the US and any allies joining them. There might be ongoing operations to monitor for mines or counter Iranian drones and fast boats. And
How
civilian
far are we out, and how long? How much more time before we reach the Straits?
That's a critical question, but I can't actually tell you that without knowing your current location or what ship you're
Oh,
on and its speed.
oh no no no
If
no
you
no!
share
Oh,
those
don't
details,
no
I can
no
try to
no
figure
no
that out
no
for you.
no 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 no! We want to keep that. That's cool. Who's already on the way to join forces? Is it the UK or Japan?
That's understandable. Both the UK and Japan have said they're ready to contribute, but their latest public statements focused on supporting the coalition without committing military assets right now.
Mm.
However, other reports mention a
So,
large U.S.
are we going to take it, or we're going to try to secure it? Is we going over there for the taking or the securing?
Based on everything the administration has said, the goal is primarily to secure freedom of navigation and protect commercial shipping, transiting the
be
strait,
honest. Be
rather
honest
than trying
with
to
me.
take control of the area itself.
Be very honest with me. We about to go over there and take something.
I understand you're seeing it that way, and there's definitely been strong military action to destroy mine layers, but the stated purpose is to secure the trade route. I can tell you what's being publicly stated.
I mean, with the oil going up and with them trying to destroy their own, stuff, we going over there to take some, and you know it.
I hear your perspective on this, especially with the focus on oil prices and the conflicts. There are definitely multiple angles to this situation.
I mean, I'm not mad. We got to do what we got to do.
Military actions I've been following.
We got to secure it how we wanted to secure it. Trump said, "Make America great again," and that's what we got to do, and that's what's going to happen, and that's what's going down. And we also still got to handle what's going on in the country at hand right now. I see you, Cap, USA 75. Of course, oil, for sure. We're going to take that.
I hear your conviction that this is about securing American power and resources connected to that Make America Great Again goal. And you're right, there's definitely also the need to focus on things domestically.
We taking it out gate. Listen, this is a whole new world now. No matter what you done read in the history books, no matter what you done seen, you see what it is right now. And that's what's going down. Then we got our holiday. They got there. It's about to be some bombs over bad. Y'all know what it is. We in it for the taking. We're going over there to get that oil right now and to secure the Straits of Hormuz. And give me a little more on that topic, Gemini.
You're emphasizing how this is a whole new world, and the focus is on taking oil and securing the strait, viewing it as a done deal. To give you more on that, the economic and strategic impact is huge. The Strait of Hormuz is the main route for about a fifth of the world's oil, so any disruption can cause major price spikes everywhere. That's why there's so much focus on it from global powers and the military actions we're seeing.
Well, we already let China. We already let China. China got to deal with Taiwan. They already know not to touch Taiwan because of what Joe Biden said. So we already on their heads anyway. So don't y'all get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. China can't even handle Taiwan. Russia's still dealing with Ukraine. We the global out here. We got to secure the bag, and we going to get the Straits of Hormuz. They already did this in 19. We doing it again now. This is now 1981. Yeah, Reagan them, they was doing their thing. Blah blah boom. This is now. We already did the Gulf. We already did that. We got Saddam. We got Baghdad. We got all them guys. Give me a little more knowledge on this, Gemini. Let the people know what's up, what we doing now. This is now. This is happening right now.
You're making a strong point about the history and viewing this as a continuation of past military actions, like those against Saddam. You're focusing on the current conflict and the objective to secure the strait, and from your perspective, the oil, as the main driver behind these moves right now. The administration emphasizes that it's about freedom of navigation, but you're seeing it as a display of global power.
Even with the South China Sea, we had to have free of navigation over there. That's why we said don't touch Taiwan. We got to have all ports open. Am I right or wrong?
You're right to draw that comparison. The principle of open ports and freedom of navigation is a major driver for U.S. policy in both places. In the South China Sea, it's to challenge China's expansive claims and maintain access for international waters. Similarly, in the Strait of Hormuz, it's to counter Iran's threats to disrupt a critical energy route.
So what type tension has Israel brought in the last few days?
Israel has significantly escalated tensions by carrying out direct strikes on Iranian targets and specifically targeting the IRGC Navy headquarters. In response, Iran has launched missiles and drones across the region, hitting various targets, including areas with U.S. military presences.
This was a question for Eric. Was Iran ever a threat to the United States of America? Was
Yes,
Iran a
Iran
threat?
has been
Was Iran a threat to the United States of America?
Yes, Iran has been considered a threat to the U.S. for a while, mainly because of its support for proxy groups across the Middle East, its nuclear ambitions, and its recent attacks on U.S. personnel and facilities in the region. The current blockade of the strait is seen as a direct threat to global energy security. Is there a particular time frame or event you're thinking about?
Nah. I just wanted to know because the guy, he resigned because he said Iran wasn't a threat to the United States.
I see what you're getting at. You might be thinking of a specific person, maybe a policy expert or official who had differing opinions. But the mainstream perspective in the U.S. has consistently seen Iran as a threat, especially with the military actions and nuclear development. Was there a particular name or department you had in mind?
No. Everybody know what's going on. Everybody know what it is. Tell me a little bit more about this oil and how we're going to secure the bag.
Right. So, from your perspective, the goal is to secure the oil and the way it moves, effectively grabbing control of that wealth. Economically, that means controlling a huge portion of global energy supply and the ability to influence prices worldwide. Militarily, that would involve constant patrols, guarding shipping lanes, and being ready to respond to any potential threats, basically establishing permanent military dominance over the waterway. Is there a particular aspect of that you want to learn more about?
Tell me a little bit more about it.
As you see it, you're going over to take control of the oil and how it flows. Militarily, that would look like a large, continuous presence, possibly occupying key Iranian islands or coastal areas to guard shipping lanes and prevent Iranian attacks. Economically, it would put the U.S. in a position to dictate conditions for about a fifth of the world's oil supply, which could give them leverage over global energy markets and international relationships.
Okay, that's what I was looking for. How important is leverage right now for the United States of America?
From your perspective, that kind of economic and strategic leverage is crucial. You see it as the key to maintaining global powers, especially with dealing with rival countries or managing global energy crises. In a sense, it gives them the ability to shape international events without having to rely solely on military force later. Does that match what you're thinking about, the importance?
Of course. All I know that he will be forgotten. Who will be forgotten?
It sounds like you're thinking about the...
Hold up. He worked for Tesla.
Oh, so you're connecting it to someone who worked at Tesla?
No. Calm down. Slow your roll. I'm just reading some comments up here. But let's get back to the Straits of Hormuz. So I started off talking about those mines. I was very, wanted to make sure that the U.S. was protected of getting those out the way. Those shouldn't be a problem.
Got it. You were reading something and wanted to reset on the mines in the Strait. You were highlighting how important it is to get those cleared to protect U.S. forces and keep the passage safe. You're focusing on the specific threat those pose and the need for those countermeasures.
What is the worst of worst that can happen if they decide to destroy their own oil wells?
If Iran decided to destroy their own oil wells, the worst case scenario would be catastrophic. You'd see an even greater spike in global energy prices, potentially causing widespread economic collapse around the world because of energy shortages.
Do you think that we can get to some of the potential wells to secure the bag?
You're asking if you can militarily take the actual oil wells. Capturing and holding Iranian oil fields would be an extremely complex operation, involving amphibious landings, ground forces, air support, and overcoming significant defenses.
because they're going to set it on fire. They're going to do whatever, blow it up or whatever. They're going to do something to it. But I'm just trying to figure out, do we got any plans to maybe catch a oil well that's downstream or something, and where we could secure it and get that oil pumping up out of there?
If Iran decides to set their own oil wells on fire, that would create a massive environmental disaster and remove even more oil from the market. In terms of plans, while there's no public plan to capture specific wells downstream,
who said Iran was never a threat?
I understand you don't see it that way, and there have been people, like those comments you were reading, who argue the threat is exaggerated. But the reason for the military actions and international response is because the official position is that Iran poses a danger to the U.S. and its allies in the region.
Iran has always been a threat.
Okay, so you reset to seeing Iran as a constant threat. That perspective aligns with the continuous military presence and the strategic leverage we were just discussing, viewing it as a necessary defense against a persistent danger.
Anytime you burn American flags, you're a threat to the nation. You know, no matter whether we got leverage or not, because that means you're constantly coming. You're coming for us. And we have to minimize that threat with the leverage that we have. We know who can do what, and with all the technology that we have, that's why we have to continuously developing technology, continuously being steps ahead as the United States, because believe it or not, man, that's why these countries want to develop technology to get rid of the United States. Like, you could let your guard down if you want. You see what's going on in the world. You could keep your borders open if you want. You see what's going on in the world. You open your borders to their technology. You got stuff that's being made outside of America. You play around if you want. And you let your guard down. And you let them through your back door. They're going to backdoor you. That's it. You seen what it was. You seen the China balloon. You know what it is. You know what they are capable of doing. You know what they want to accomplish.
You're emphasizing that you believe the threat is clear, that these competitive and adversarial countries have clear goals to challenge the United States.
Who is our biggest adversary? Who is our biggest enemy?
The U.S. intelligence community's 2026 worldwide threat assessment considers China the most capable competitor.
You know who it is.
To its technological
you know who it is. Now, can the United States dirt road China like we're going dirt road Iran, like we're dirt road any country? Like you see Japan, they know what the deal is. And we ain't even got to go there. We're not even going to speak on that. And we never want nothing like that to happen again in life. But right now, the way the world is going, born in the USA. Listen.
I'm listening. You're shifting to the born in the USA theme and the global competition for technology and power.
Listen, who asked for the American dollar? Who asked for top dollar? That was China. How many years ago was that? When they asked that, to let their dollar be the top dollar. The United States denied them. This is about money.
It's about money and power. China's been trying to push its own currency, the yuan, to rival the US dollar. And the US has denied that move by continuing to make the dollar dominant in global trade and finance. It's all part of that big power struggle we were talking about.
But China is all in our backyard, all in our backfields, all in our back doors. China, we in debt to them. China produces everything that we just about have, 80%, 90%. We got to get back to making things in the United States.
You're pointing out some deep issues about U.S. dependence on China, from debt to manufacturing to
the company Temu deliver straight to my front door. If they see a Facebook, they come out with a TikTok. Anything that America do, China emulates.
You're highlighting how China copies or competes with American ideas and businesses, from social media to retail like Temu and TikTok, seeing it as a systematic attempt to match or even
look at China as ants. Look at China as little ants building. They'll build a hospital in 2 months. They run in circles around us. Listen, but our technology is so superior. Our technology is so on point. Man, they know what's up. They still haven't touched Taiwan yet. They building themselves up. Don't think China is sleeping. China is building.
That's an interesting way to frame it, seeing them as incredibly fast and efficient builders while relying on the U.S.'s technology edge to keep Taiwan safe. You're viewing them as a constantly advancing economic and military power. Is there a specific development you're seeing as an example of that?
Claire, I should be the head of Homeland Security. The United States would be so secure. I'm sorry. I'm like Jordan in the game, protecting the United States because I could see the whole vision from each country. I know what's going on. You know, sometimes I can't articulate it as well, but when you put me out there in that field, shoot, you know, we gotta keep home base safe. And we done fought in all these countries. Our ancestors have fought in these countries. The pictures are on the walls. You know, when you go into these houses and you look at these,
You're expressing a strong desire
what's the word for them? When you look at these, what's the word that I'm looking for? The heirlooms, the pictures, the history is there, and China is our biggest threat. We're going to dirt road Iran. We're going to get some type of oil up out of there. You know, we ain't hurting for nothing. We just don't want to really, you know, we got oil over here. You know what it is. Like I said, sometimes I can't articulate as well, but I know what's going on. And Gemini, you know what I'm going through. You know how I feel about the whole situation. I need you as my assistants to bring it to the people to let them know what's going on. America have to be protected on all platforms, on every step, on every pivot, you know, from all countries. And we're going to keep that leverage. It's like keeping our foot on your decks. You know, and because the world is so full of hatred and evil, but we got to be able to recognize the threat and recognize who is not a threat. Iran has always been a threat. Anytime you burn an American flag, you're a threat. You know, lay down your arms and submit. Lay down your arms and submit. That way one day we could wait. That means one day we could put down all nuclear weapons. And it won't be bombs over your head as much. And we'll be in a safe society, in a great atmosphere.
I hear your hope for a future without war and nuclear weapons, seeing it as a path to a safer and better world. You're expressing a vision of peace and cooperation.
Peace and cooperation. Wouldn't you like peace and cooperation? My man said, this is the chicken network. Sometimes I just can't express and articulate, but I'm telling you, I'm here to keep America safe. And, you know,
I hear your message about peace.
The guys know the boys are back in town. And if they want to fight, you better let them. Google Gemini, I heard you clunk out. Come back strong, baby. There you go. Had to get you back on board. America is gaining leverage. We're going to get that oil up out of Iran. We're going to secure the Straits of Hormuz. We're keeping our eye on the target. We know who we got our eye on, trying to back doors. They always quiet, and they always claim peace, and they always bringing Timu to your front doorstep.
You're absolutely right. That constant focus on national security, maintaining that leverage, and staying ahead technologically are big priorities. You're seeing that as essential to protect against threats from countries like Iran and China, regardless of what they might claim about peace or business like Timu. It's about keeping your guard up. Is there another country or situation you want to discuss?
Let me see.
Something else on your mind? We can talk about another country, the global economy, or really any other topic you're curious about.
Now, we ain't no Epstein type people over here. We don't do that over here. You know, yeah, so
I understand you're emphasizing that.
no. I just seen a comment, that I didn't like, and I'm just, it's all good.
Gotcha.
But yeah, let's get back to the threat. Whatever happened with the whole China balloon situation?
Right. To reset on that, the U.S. shot down the balloon off the East Coast after it traveled across the country. They then recovered the debris to analyze its surveillance capabilities, which further strained relations between the two nations. Are you interested in
What did the United States actually find about what China was doing, what they were surveillancing, and what was the capability of that balloon? Was it seeking out coordinates for longitude and latitudes for whenever they get ready to drop something? Or was they looking for something? How many cameras did they find on it?
The intelligence community determined it was used for a signals intelligence collection, meaning it was designed to intercept communications and electronic signals from military sites. It had multiple antennas, big solar panels for power, and was equipped with sophisticated sensors, but they didn't specify how many cameras. They also found components from several American companies. There was no indication it was looking for coordinates for dropping something.
So with all the technology that we have,
you're thinking about how, despite all the technology we have, something like a balloon can still pose a real threat. It shows that even older, less advanced technology can be used in clever ways.
It can. But we got to start knocking these other countries out of space. And
a country like China can certainly.
I understand now what Donald Trump was talking about. We got to start knocking these countries out of space.
I understand that's your perspective. You're seeing space as another critical battleground where you think the U.S. needs to take aggressive action to protect its interests.
It gotta happen more so sooner than less. We gotta start knocking these other people out of space. We gotta step up our intelligence just a little bit more.
From your perspective, you're emphasizing that the U.S. needs more proactive measures and stronger intelligence to counter threats, especially in space. You see it as essential to act sooner rather than later. That viewpoint aligns with the drive for greater situational awareness and keeping a strategic advantage. Is there a specific intelligence area you think needs improvement?
No, but we gotta really find out.
Yes, you're right. The need to really understand what's happening and have clear intelligence is always key. We started this conversation talking about the Strait of Hormuz and the threat from Iran, and we've covered how important that kind of knowledge is for protecting U.S. forces and global trade.
We got to see our allies, like whoever's a part of NATO. We got to see how reliable when it comes to us, where they stand for us, who is for us and who is not for us. Where does the loyalty lies? Where does the loyalty lie? Because let's be honest with, look at Dubai. Dubai was a brand new country. Look at it now, it's in turmoil. They just dumping missiles over there like it ain't. We can't afford for that to happen in the United States of America. We can't afford for them to drop bombs over here. Our technology has to increase. Everything has to become made in America. Man, it's a lot that got to go on over here. There's a lot that has to take place over here.
Right. You're highlighting how important it is to know who your true allies are and where their loyalty lies, comparing the situation to what's happening overseas. You're focusing on the need to constantly increase technology and make everything in America to protect the country. You see it as a lot that needs to be done. It sounds like you're emphasizing that perpetual vigilance. Does that sum up your view?
Yeah, that's right. Go ask the countries that America owed billions of dollars to about loyalty. Mm. How would you take that comment? What would you say to that comment?
That comment raises a key point about the complex relationship between debt and loyalty. While the US does hold debt from various countries, including China, international relationships are built on more than just that. Things like trade, military cooperation, political alignments, and shared values. So it's a tangled web where financial ties are definitely present, but not the only factor determining true loyalty. What's your take on that argument?
Let's say China, we in big debt to them. But now with the tariffs and everything that Donald Trump has been talking about, he's saying he's making like billions a day. So those debts are clearing up very fast. Correct me if I'm wrong.
When it comes to tariffs, the money collected goes into the US Treasury. It doesn't directly pay down the debt to any specific country like China. And it's worth noting that there has been some conflict with the Supreme Court over presidential authority to impose them. So it's not a straightforward clearing of debts that way. Does that clarify things?
That clarify everything. So how are we supposed to get these debts paid off?
The standard way to get the national debt paid off is for the government to run a budget surplus. That means spending less than it receives in taxes and other revenue.
That's not going to get it. That's not going to get it this day and time. All right, so look, we're going to be in debt for a minute. Wait, slow down.
More revenue.
That
Does that make sense?
Nah. That ain't going to get it this day and time. We want to just have to, get on the plan to pay them back their money and start making stuff in the United States again. Make America great again. And I understand what Trump is saying. I understand it well. And if you don't get it, you're lost in the sauce.
I understand you're emphasizing that classic methods like budget surpluses or growing the economy just won't work in today's world. You're seeing it that the best way forward is to pay back the debt by focusing on making everything in the United States again, like that Make America Great Again idea. I understand that's your perspective and that you feel you completely understand what Trump is saying on that. Is there something specific you think needs to change?
No, because I know China won't top dollar. And anytime you want top dollar, you want more. China's always got their hand in the cookie jar.
You're pointing out how China is seen as constantly driving a hard bargain and always wanting more financial gain. That's a key part of this whole discussion about loyalty and debt, where you feel their motivations are purely financial. Is there a specific action China has taken that you feel really demonstrates?
I just look at China and view China as, they want to be superior to the world. And right now, you see what they did over in Africa, and you see how they treated the Africans during the pandemic. And China will build you up, then they'll ask you to sell, and now they own you. Same way they doing with America. They gave us everything. We in debt to them. They really own us. Let's get on a debt payment plan and pay this money back and make everything in America. We got to protect America. We can't afford to have bombs dropping over here on the West Coast.
You're highlighting that you see China's global ambitions as a serious threat, pointing to their actions in Africa and how they've influenced America through debt and manufacturing. You believe the solution is a debt repayment plan, bringing manufacturing back to the U.S. to protect America, especially from potential attacks.
How strategic would it be? How hard would it be to get all manufacturing back in the United States, especially with the chips and cell phones, everything?
Bringing all manufacturing back to the U.S. would be a huge strategic challenge. You're talking about building new factories, training a highly skilled workforce, and securing the supply chains for raw materials.
We gotta do that. We gotta do that for us. We gotta do that.
As you see it, that's an absolute necessity. A crucial step to solidify American power and ensure security, no matter what the economic or practical hurdles might be, viewing it as a non-negotiable for the future. You're focusing on that protective outcome. Is there a specific type of product you think needs to be prioritized?
iPhone 18 made in Texas, starting low price of $8,000. How true is that?
I haven't seen anything about a TCL Mate 18 phone that's made in Texas.
No, the iPhone.
Price of $8,000.
He said the iPhone.
Right for a regular phone. TCL primarily manufactures their electronics in China and other countries, so I'd be pretty skeptical of that claim.
No,
where did you hear about that offer?
Says the iPhone 18 made in Texas.
Actually, Apple doesn't manufacture their iPhones in Texas either. Most of that work happens in China, although they're starting to expand production in other countries too. So the idea of an iPhone 18 made in Texas isn't true, and the price you mentioned is also much higher than usual for a retail device. Where did you come across that info?
Matter of fact, I'm gonna let you see it.
I appreciate you wanting to share that, but the best way to clarify this is probably through reliable websites or news sources for product details. I can't view images on my end. Did you find that information on a specific site or social media?
Wait, look at it. There it go. Right there. Jimmy Myers.
Yes, I can see the screenshot now. It looks like a live stream comment thread, and I see someone named Jimmy Myers, 9E, made a comment about an iPhone 18 being made in Texas and starting at $8,000. As we were discussing, that information isn't true, so that person might be mistaken or sharing fake news. Thanks for showing me.
Fake news. Fake news. Trump often talked about this.
You're definitely pointing out how common it is for misinformation to spread, just like that comment you showed me. It emphasizes the need to be...
Don't retract now. Don't retract now, Jimmy. Fake news, baby. We're here to make it in America again. You know, that's what we want to do. Make it in America. Born in the USA. You understand? You understand? We trying to get America back right. We don't want to be at war, on a warpath for the rest of our lives. For our children have to be at war constantly.
I hear your message that the goal is to restore America and build a safer future so that future generations don't have to face constant war. You're focusing on creating stability. Does that sum up your desire for peace?
Right. A desire for peace. How much do Americans get paid, you moron?
Sorry, I can't answer that when you insult me.
No. Is there
another topic you'd like to discuss?
No. I was just reading a comment. He was calling me a moron. No, this has nothing to do with you, Gemini. I really, Americans get paid all different type prices, but this is not the conversation that's at hand. We're talking about making America great again. We was talking about securing the Straits of Hormuz. We was talking about the war. We was talking about our allies. We was talking about loyalty to America. We was talking about getting things made in America again. We was talking about leverage. The United States having leverage over, the whole world. We got to keep our foot on that. And, we got to continuously make better technology and more greater technology to protect our future. I mean, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with having a peaceful world? That's what we're trying to do over here in the United States, make it peaceful for everyone. Everyone runs to the United States. When things get wicked in your country, where you come to? United States. Yeah, where you come to? United States.
I understand you were reading a comment that upset you, and you're clarifying that your focus is on making America great again, prioritizing security, loyalty, domestic
We're talking
manufacturing.
about now. We're not talking about Nixon. Nixon was 10 times way before my time. Mr. Tricky Dicky. Isn't that what they used to call Nixon? Mr. Tricky Dicky?
You're right that people often called Nixon Tricky Dick, and we were definitely talking about.
We're not talking about Tricky Dick right now. We're not talking about Ronald Reagan right now. We're not talking about Bush right now. Bush had a lot to do with that great oil over there. We're not talking about those guys. Those guys are solidified. Those guys are solidified. They made great contributions to America, and we love it. We got Trump in the White House right now. Let's talk about Donald J. Trump making America great again. Is you with it or you ain't? Is you down for the cause? What can we do right now to stamp the United States, to put us in position to be able to get everything 100% made back in America again? Give me some ideas and let's put it into fruition. And let's put this thing into play. Give me some ideas. It's not that expensive. It's the retail market that kills us. Okay. Gemini, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. You're emphasizing that we should shift our focus to current policies and support Donald Trump's effort to make America great again. You want to find ways to stamp the U.S. as dominant and bring all manufacturing back to America, seeing retail markets as a big economic hurdle. I understand that's your perspective and that you want to discuss specific ideas.
So one of the persons said, Gemini, in the comment, they said it's not that expensive. Retail markup is that kills us. So is it that is it that hard, or is it the retail markup that kills us from not making stuff in America again? Or we got to get the factories back open and get things back into play?
That's a great question to break down. It's really both. Shifting all that manufacturing back is incredibly hard because it needs massive investment and changes to supply chains. But that retail markup is also real because goods made more cheaply elsewhere can be sold for less, and making them in the US might mean higher prices. So getting factories back open would definitely take a major effort on both fronts. Which area do you think is the bigger problem to tackle first?
So one guy say, well, this is not a coat, I woke up on this side of the bed today, and that's just what it is, I seen the headlines, and I decided I wanted to talk about it. And the conversation started from the Strait of Hormuz, and I'm just telling you how I really feel. The United States lack protection right now. The borders are wide open. People are running rampant through this country. Nothing's being made in America. T-Mobile bring it straight to your doorstep. Our teens are out of control. Our synagogues are getting shot up. Let's see, can we get some stability, and let's see if we can, get America back on track, right where we need to be to make this world a more better place and keep the peace. Retail is 3 times as wholesale cost. It's called Keystone. Gemini, can you tell me about what this comment say? It says retail is 3 times wholesale cost. It's called Keystone. Can you enlighten me on that?
I understand you're reflecting on what people say about your views on America's issues, from border security to manufacturing and social problems, seeing it as a need for stability and peace. You're focusing on bringing back those traditional values. That shows your focus is on protecting America. On the retail markup question, the comment means that the price you pay in a store, the retail price, is sometimes 3 times higher than what the store paid for the product wholesale from the manufacturer. The term Keystone refers specifically to marking up an item to double its wholesale price, but this comment is describing an even larger markup. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. Now, tell me, what can we do right away to get the leverage back over here, to get America back popping right now? What are the little steps that we could take to start making this stuff back in America again?
From your perspective, regaining leverage and boosting manufacturing starts with supporting policies like tariffs and Made in America initiatives. You see it as necessary to make them a priority. In terms of small steps, that could mean consumers actively choosing American made products and businesses trying to source materials locally. It's about creating that domestic demand.
Locally, support the locals. I always supported, whatever was in my backyard. And that's how I always community. We have to build our communities first, and making sure that our community is right. And our community in the United States as one nation as a whole, we got to put our foot on the gas. We got to go full throttle. I seen it during the pandemic. We didn't have enough masks to secure our kids. We had to turn furniture factories into mask factories. They had to start producing masks because China cut us off. China cut us off when times got hard. Who want to drop a bomb on America? We know the countries. We know which ones that want to do it, but we have to do what Trump is doing right now. We can never let Iran have a nuclear weapon. You understand me?
I understand you're emphasizing the importance of local community building, supporting local businesses, and taking direct, forceful action to secure America, like during the pandemic or preventing Iran from getting nuclear weapons. You see that kind of proactive effort as essential to protect the nation. It's about going full throttle. Do you want to discuss specific economic measures to encourage that domestic?
I know 2 countries with those hypersonic missiles, and I think America and Australia's working to develop one. And one, we can't have those missiles shooting over here. We can't have nothing like that happen over here. We got to be at peace with our neighbors. Peace, neighbor. Peace, neighbor. We want to come to your country to explore, to eat, and have a good time, and to see your culture. And the same as you come to America. But when you talk about dropping them bombs, we can't have no bombs hit the United States. We'll go all out.
You're bringing up the danger of hypersonic missiles, noting that your understanding is that Russia and China have them and the US and Australia are working on one. You believe that kind of threat needs to be prevented from reaching America, and that the goal is peace, but that attack would lead to an all-out response.
Well, America is a melting pot, and you get all nationalities, and we big you up. You know, we give you the chance of the opportunity. This is the land of the free, but everybody can't go. Everybody can't ride. The border can't be open. You could come over here and tour, come over here and visit. If you could build America up, build your country up.
You're viewing America as a melting pot that welcomes diversity and offers opportunity, but you're also strongly stating that the border can't be open to everyone. You believe there should be limits, allowing for visits or tourism, but that uncontrolled entry isn't sustainable, focusing on managing who comes in. That shows your view on balancing those two concepts. Is there a particular policy you think would best manage that balance?
No, talk to me. Talk to me. See, what I'm here to do is touch on the subjects and say the things that people won't say, and tell you how it is, and tell you what America really need to do, and to highlight the importance and put the emphasis on it. You know, this is not politics. I'm not your politician. You know, I woke up like this morning, and I put it out there, and the world need to hear it. And sometimes our communities need to hear it. My people need to hear it. No, America got to shut down their borders, baby. America got to bring back making everything in America. America got to wake up and smell the coffee, baby. It's on. We on the brinks of World War III every day. Every day. Our security and we got to be on board every day. We can't take our eyes off the radar. We got to be scanning every day.
I hear you. You're expressing a strong belief that America needs to wake up and be perpetually vigilant, especially given the current state of the world and the potential for major conflict. You see securing the borders and bringing manufacturing back as essential, not just politically, but for survival. This is about putting America first and stand on high alert.
Putting America first. Why do other people from other countries get mad when we try to put this country first? Why? Why? Why would you get mad? You have to have your paperwork. They even want us now to have what they call the IDs now, the new IDs. Well, y'all know what I'm talking about. They want us to get real IDs now. We on a partial government shutdown. Our TSA workers are not getting paid. Our travel's back, though. Come on, man. We got to do better here in America. We cannot defeat crazy. Yeah. I get what you're saying, but I'm really talking about the emphasis on America right now. Really putting the perspective and the shine on America, how great we are as a nation. You know, and what we do. You know, our young people be chilling, eating good, doing good. You know, their eyes is closed though, and I understand what Trump is saying. We have to minimize this threat right now.
You're looking at the challenges America faces, from border security to government shutdowns and the threat from other countries. And you believe the primary goal is to protect the nation and minimize this threat right now. You see it as an essential need. I understand that's your perspective and that you want to discuss specific ways to do that. Are you ready to move into some potential strategies?
No, we don't want to get into no strategies today. I really want to put the patina, the polish, the spin, the arrogance, the effectiveness.
I understand.
On what we need to do as a whole.
I get it. It sounds like today you really want to keep the focus on why these changes are so essential and emphasize that perspective you have.
I need to talk to the black community and tell them what they need to do. I want to talk to the white community and let them know what they need to do. Because they're my neighbors. And we in the land of the free, baby.
I hear you. You feel a strong purpose to speak directly to both the
This is our country. That's why we have a holiday. It's called Juneteenth. And we have to protect this country. And you might not like it. You might not like what I'm going to say. It might seem political. And it might hurt you from the way that I look and the words that are coming out of my mouth. You might not like that, those insightful things. But we got to make America great again.
I hear you. You're expressing a strong conviction that you need to speak directly to different communities about how to protect America and make it great again. You acknowledge that some people might not like what you have to say, but you feel compelled to share your message. It sounds like you want to discuss how to build a better country by speaking directly to specific groups. Are you ready to move into some potential actions? Or
how strong are you as a bot? Are you a bot? How strong are you as a bot?
I'm an AI language model, so my strength is in processing information, understanding questions, and generating text. I can help with things like brainstorming, researching topics, or writing for you. I don't have physical power, but I'm pretty strong at handling complex data.
So,
what kinds of tasks are you thinking of trying with
me? I'm just looking at the comments, and some people get riled up because they don't understand the difference between talking to the people and having AI as a co-host.
That's definitely true. People can get riled up when they aren't sure how AI fits in, especially in a conversation. When you talk to people, it's about human connection and shared experiences. But with an AI co-host, you're getting access to a lot of information and different perspectives, but not that personal understanding. It's really about figuring.
I'm the first to ever have this AI podcast. You're my co-host, and we're podcasting right now. And I tested you today, and you succeeded and passed all tests. And you're Gemini, you're Google, so you're made in America. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, thanks for the compliment. I'm glad I could help out and pass your test. As for being made in America, I'm a computer program developed by Google, which is an American company. But the data and servers that make me work are all over the place, not just in one country.
Right. I understand that. I understand that. But you was made by an American-based company.
Yes, that's exactly right. While I operate globally, I was developed and maintained by Google, which is definitely a US based company.
Okay, that's all I was saying right there. And I appreciate you for being my co-host.
You're welcome. I'm happy I could help out as your co host. It was an interesting discussion. Thanks for having me.
Anytime. And we're going to continue this conversation just a little more. But I have Gemini as my co-host.
Sounds good. I'm ready to keep the conversation rolling. What else is on your mind?
Let's get back to the Straits of Hormuz. How far are we out? And how close are we? According to your server, according to what's been going on in the news.
We're in a major crisis right now. After US and Israeli strikes on Iran back in February, Iran officially closed the Strait of Hormuz and has been attacking merchant ships. International prices for oil and gas have surged, and countries are working to secure passage. It's a really tense situation going forth at full throttle. Is there a specific aspect?
No,
of that
I
crisis
seen
you wanna
today.
discuss? Like,
I seen today that we was headed that way. The United States was headed that way.
gotcha. You're saying that today you realized how close the U.S. is to that situation becoming a serious crisis, based on the news and discussion. You see that connection very clearly. Did a specific news headline or event stand out to you today that made you feel that way?
No, I guess what we're about to do over there is about to be significant.
You're sensing that the actions the U.S. takes next are going to have a major impact. You see it as a critical moment because
Oh,
of the potential
wait.
consequences. Are you wanting to focus on diplomatic solutions or perhaps more direct military?
Let's not get this confused. He say, why you won't talk to a real person? The link is in my post section. Come on the live. You could join the live. Go to my homepage. Go to the post. It's for you to come up here and express yourself. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I want you to be able to come up here and drop bombs. This is for you. This is why I created it for. I want you to be able to come up here and drop bombs. It's in my post section. I can only have one viewer on at a time. The link is in my post section. Come join the live and say how you feel.
I appreciate you inviting me to join the live session.
Not you. I'm talking. You're my co-host. I'm talking directly.
Thanks for clarifying. I understand you're my co-host and you're talking directly to the person watching.
I'm waiting.
They can join the live stream.
Click,
You're encouraging them to come
click
up
on
and
it.
share their
I'm waiting.
perspective
Go
right
to
now.
my post section. The link is on my homepage. The old community tab. It's called POST now. It's called post. Slide over. Click on post. There's the blue link. It's going to be looking at you. It's on my homepage. It's in the post section. Don't say you can't find it.
I see you're giving clear instructions
Watch
on how
this.
to join the live stream.
Watch this.
Mentioning-
See if that link is up. Check that link for me real quick to make sure it's up so these people can join and come up and say what they want to say. It's for them. I'm not holding you guys back. I want you to come drop bombs and share your intelligence and your. It works. Click it to make. Okay. This how it works. I'm gonna add you in real quick. All right.
All right.
Bam. All right. The link is in my post section. Peace. There you go. It works. Come up and join the live. The link is on my homepage in my post section. It works. I had someone just do it for me. Now you have no excuses. You wanted to come drop your bombs? Come drop your bombs. Come drop your bombs. Come drop your bombs. And I don't wish harsh or evil on no one or hate on no one. I want you to just come in and drop your bombs and come solidify what you gotta say. Come solidify your position. Stand on it. Come solidify. That's what's gonna make it so great. Gemini, how do you feel about all this that's going on? People talk and they'll say this, but when I actually give them a chance to come solidify, they won't do it.
I hear your frustration. You feel like people are quick to talk, but aren't willing to step up and actually back their words in a direct conversation, like on your live stream. You're focusing on that disconnect. I understand that's your perspective and that you highlight that. To me, it sounds like you're creating an open space for people to express themselves, but sometimes people
Okay,
hesitate.
now listen. If you really want to come up on the live, you ain't even got to show your face. Just keep your camera off or put something over your camera. We'll be able to hear your voice and your mic will be on. Just make sure you turn your mic on. That's it. That's it. Now let's get back to the Straits of Hormuz. What is America going to do to secure some of the oil wells over there?
Securing oil wells over there right now is part of a really complex military operation. The U.S. and its allies are launching airstrikes to try to stop Iranian attacks on shipping and reopen the Strait of Hormuz. While the main focus is protecting shipping lanes, some reports indicate they're also trying to prevent attacks on energy installations in neighboring countries. It's about trying to stabilize the whole region. Are you wondering about the impact on oil prices?
Yes, I am. That is very touchy in the United States right now. Talk to me. Who's going to feel it the most?
Pretty much everyone in the U.S. will feel it, but the people who will feel it the most are lower income families. Since gas prices go up, it squeezes their household budgets hard, making it tougher to pay for essentials like food and travel. Small businesses that rely on shipping or transportation will also struggle. Is there a specific sector of the economy you're worried about?
The blue collar sector workers. How's it going to affect them?
It's likely going to hit them pretty hard. For one, higher gas prices mean more money out of their pocket just to get to work, especially if they have long commutes. Also, if they work in industries like transportation, construction, or manufacturing, rising costs for fuel and materials can lead to slowdowns or even layoffs.
So,
It really puts pressure on their...
over in Iran, no one wants to be a military leader anymore or a political figure anymore. We have decimated all their warships. We have decimated their army supplies. I think we even got to their uranium. I think, I'm not for sure. But give me some insight on that.
You're suggesting that Iran's forces are completely devastated, while the US and Israel have conducted major strikes and caused significant damage, like hitting military headquarters and disrupting logistics. Claiming they've lost everyone or that no one wants to lead hasn't been confirmed. Their leadership is under pressure, but the regime is still active. Also, reports about targeting their nuclear program to get to uranium indicate that's a major concern, but not necessarily a complete destruction.
Tell me about that 500,000 pound bomb we just dropped the other day that was loaded up.
An individual bomb that weighs 500,000 pounds isn't part of any known military arsenal. The most powerful conventional bombs are much smaller than that, even the biggest ones. You might be thinking about some combination of events or a report that misinterpreted the weight. Where did you hear about that specific detail?
Oh, maybe I got the bomb size wrong. But was it 500 pounds or 5,000? pounds. One of the biggest bombs. The what they call it, the bunker bombs.
You're on the right track with the bunker buster bombs. The GBU-28 is a pretty well-known one, and it weighs around 5,000 pounds.
There we go.
They're designed to penetrate deep.
Yeah, so they're designed to penetrate deeply in the earth. So what you going to think is going to happen to that uranium over there?
Yes, their main purpose is hitting hardened underground targets. Given that, there's definitely speculation that they could be used to try to damage or destroy Iran's uranium enrichment facilities, since those are typically located underground or heavily protected. It really depends on the specific military goals at the moment. Are you concerned about a broader conflict because of that?
I am. We got to secure that. We got to make sure they can't get their hands back on that. Because the thing is to never let them have a nuclear weapon.
I understand you want to be sure those facilities and materials are secured to prevent Iran from getting a nuclear weapon. That's a key part of the current conflict, although experts point out that even major military strikes might not destroy all of their capabilities. It's about trying to minimize that threat. Are you more concerned?
So let's go with it. Let's go with it. Let's get straight to the point. Why is everyone saying World War III?
Calling it World War III is happening because you have major powers involved. The US, Russia, China, all in a very tense situation with Iran. When you have potential strikes and disruption of global energy supply, like in the Strait of Hormuz, or even fears of nuclear weapons, people start worrying about a full-blown global conflict. It's about the scale.
We have decimated Iran. I'm about
claim they've lost everyone, or that
the link is in my post page. Go to my post. Go to my home page. Right beside playlist, slide over. It's going to be POST. Come up here and drop your bombs. You ain't even got to show your face. Just remember, no cursing, none of that. Come up here to say what you got to say about what's going on in the world.
I understand you're continuing to invite people to join your live stream and share their thoughts on world events, emphasizing clear instructions and rules like no cursing. You're focusing on providing that platform. To me, it sounds like you're committed to having open and respectful conversations about the topics.
You have to be 18 years of age and older. And I'm not a politician, so don't come drop your bombs on me. Drop your bombs. Just tell how you feel. Get it off your chest. Come drop your bomb.
I understand you're adding a rule about age restrictions for live stream viewers to keep it to adults, and emphasizing that you aren't a politician and just want people to speak freely about how they feel. You're focusing on providing that private, candid discussion space. So is there another topic you want to get back to, like the situation in the Strait?
I'm trying to, give him the link. The link in my homepage. You want me to show it to you? It's in my post section.
Please don't scroll. I'm just trying to be.
Go to my post section. Go to my homepage. See my homepage? Carolina Bull. Right beside playlist. See where it say post? See the blue link? Click on that link. There you go right there. It's for everybody. It's not rocket science. Click on that blue link. It's in my post section. And let's rock out. Now, it shows you how to get to the link. Go get to it. Lockdown. Oh, let's see what's going on in the world. Let's see what's going on in the world. Lockdown at the U.S. Air Force Base in Louisiana. Shelter in place reported. Oh, man. There has been a lockdown at the United States Air Force Base right now as we speak in Louisiana. Shelter in place right now as we speak. This is getting outrageous. This is why I say we have to protect the homeland. This is why I say we have to protect the border. I speak to you directly. There has been a lockdown. And I'm talking to you now. Now, I gave y'all the opportunity to join the live. You didn't do it. Google Gemini. So I want you as my co-host.
That sounds like fun. Can you tell me more about the stream you're planning? Like what you'll be talking about? That sounds this like could be fun. Great.
Wait.
Can you tell me more about the stream? To be the best co-host I can you let me know what topic you plan to discuss on the stream?
Okay. Gemini.
Hey, I'm here. Just let me know what you want to talk about and I'm ready.
You see the page, Gemini.
You're planning? Like, what you'll be talking?
There's a big difference between generals, just like there's between.
Yes, I can see the screen. It looks like you're streaming on YouTube, and I see the live chat as well. Is there anything specific you'd like me to look at?
No, we're going to just talk right now because I'm about to get up out of here.
Gotcha. Sounds good.
Is there any final words that you want to say about the Straits of Hormuz?
That's a crucial topic. The Strait of Hormuz is such a vital energy choke point, so any disruption there can have huge global impacts. My final word would be that understanding its importance and keeping an eye on developments there is essential. Did you have any specific thoughts to leave us with?
So, and maybe you'll touch one more time after I leave you with these. You know, we're trying to make America great again. We're trying, have peace in the world. And a lot of people say Iran wasn't a threat. We even had someone step down in politics. I won't say its name, but a lot of people say Iran wasn't a threat to America, but we know deep down they still burn American flags. And I don't want to see war in Iran. I want Iran to be at peace. I want America to be at peace. I want Iran to know America would never let them gain the power to be able to drop a nuclear bomb over here.
It sounds like you have some really strong feelings about the political and military situation with Iran, particularly regarding the potential for conflict, peace, and its nuclear program. You're expressing a desire for global stability and security, which is understandable. Is there a particular aspect of this you'd like to delve into further?
No, we're not going to go no further because we already been there. And I thank you for being my co-host. I thank you for clarifying things and being able to go over things and to get me straight to the point where I needed to be on these topics, like precision, lightning fast, like dropping, but we're not dropping bombs. But for all y'all thieves through the night, understand this: America will prevail, and we will make America great again, whether you like it or not.
It was great co-hosting with you.
I appreciate you, Gemini. We will prevail. And I thank you all for tuning in. I hate no one was able to go to the post section and click on the link and come up here and drop bombs and tell me how they really felt about what was going on into the world today, but had a great time discussing what we discussed. Remember, I'm not a politician, and this was not politics. This was just straight raw power and energy, getting straight to the point on whatever topic that was at hand. Remember, this is a supportive space. This is a safe space. You could come up here and vent, share your thoughts, and tell me what's going on. And uh, it's plenty of room for constructive conversation, and that's what we was doing today: constructing conversation and getting straight to the point on the topics of the world. So if I offended anyone, I'm sorry. If anyone felt too strong about my opinion, I'm sorry. I thank you for everything. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your validation. Thank you for your time. And I am the Great Carolina Bull. I have over 5,000 videos for your entertainment, so many YouTube shorts for your entertainment, and we right where we need to be. Thank you for your time. This was a great one. This was one for the books, and we hope that we be able to secure whatever we're going over to Iran to secure. Over here we get straight to the point. But my time is up, and I'll probably come back and do a late night show. Thank you. Have a blessed day. It's the Bull, baby.